So the last problem I want to take into consideration is problem number 59. Again, you should have it right in front of you, so you shouldn't have to watch the video as I read it. A manufacturer estimates marginal revenue to be 200 Q to the negative 1/2 dollars per unit. When the level of production is Q units, the corresponding marginal cost has been found to be $0.4 per unit. If the manufacturer's profit is $200 when the level of production is 25. So I'm going to stop this right here, right? So I'm pretty careful to stop before I get to the very end where they ask us for something. What is the profit? Okay, so at the end of the day, we're looking for the profit. All right, so I need to read through this one more time. It says a manufacturer's estimated marginal revenue. So they give this 200 Q to the negative 1/2 power, but I have to be careful because this is R prime, right? It says right here, marginal revenue. Okay, and then it says the corresponding marginal cost right here. So the label on this one is C prime. And then last but not least, it says the profit. So that's just regular old P. Let me move this over. This one's C prime. Regular old P is 2,000 when the level of production is 25. Let me write this over here. So this means 25 are produced, then $2,000 profit. Another way of writing that is P of 25 equals 2,000. All right, I'm going to zoom in so that you can see all of that. Hopefully you can see everything that I've written. Over here, notice this is the marginal revenue. This says your profit at 25 units is 2,000. And then over here, I have that this one is the marginal cost. All right, so I think we're in business. Okay, so I've written those down already. Your marginal revenue is R prime of Q is 200 Q to the negative 1/2. Your marginal cost, C prime of Q, 0.4 Q. Okay, and then the other piece of information that you really need is that the profit at 25 equals 2,000. All right, so I'm not going to go through this in its entirety necessarily, but we do need to think about this because if you notice at the end of problem number 55, it says find the profit. But we don't have the profit. We've got the marginal revenue and the marginal cost, but we have to think about what that might mean. So profit equals the money coming in from sales, which is your revenue, minus the money going out from expenses, which is your cost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the derivative across the board, and that means that your marginal profit should equal your marginal revenue minus your marginal cost. We have these, right? There they are right here. So then my marginal profit should equal my marginal revenue, which is 200 Q to the negative 1/2 power, minus, I gotta be careful, 0.4 Q. And yeah, I know I got a bunch of brackets there. The outer two ones actually are unnecessary. Okay, so let me think again, what were we trying to find? Because now I'm confused. When I say I'm confused, I'm not confused. There it is. We need the profit. Okay, but we found the marginal profit. So in order to get to the profit, we have to take the antiderivative. So P equals the antiderivative of P prime of Q. Let me be careful with my labels. I'm going to cross that out. P of Q then equals the antiderivative of P prime of Q dQ. Okay? So this equals the antiderivative. Where's your marginal revenue? It's right there. So we're going to take the antiderivative of 200 Q to the negative 1/2 power minus 0.4 Q, that whole thing, dQ. Okay, making sure that my variables line up, that they match. All right, so then your profit, P of Q, then equals, let's see, 200 Q to the positive 1/2 power divided by positive 1/2 power minus 0.4 Q squared over 2 plus C, where C could be anything at this point. Okay, I'm going to do another simplification in the next step. So P of Q equals 400 Q to the 1/2 power minus 0.2 Q squared plus C. But I gotta remember that they told us at the very beginning, if you make 25 items, you'll profit $2,000. So I'm gonna use that. That's my initial condition. So 400 times 25 to the 1/2 minus 0.2 times 25 squared plus C, this equals 2,000. All right, so okay, so this is 2,000 minus, this is 125 plus C equals 2,000. Okay, we're getting there. So 1875 plus C equals 2,000. Subtract 1875 from both sides. Then C is equal to okay, as I mentioned, if I do make an error, just email me. Okay, I am human. So this C value is going to go back. There's a good spot for it, right here. Right? See that? So then we can say that our general profit equation is equal to 400 square root of Q minus 0.2 Q squared plus 125. All right, so we haven't answered the question because the question at the very end, please look at your notes. At the very end says, what is the profit when the production is 36 units right there? So all we have to do is just plug 36 in. So we want P of 36 equals 400 square root of 36 minus 0.2 times 36, the quantity squared, plus 125. And this is going to be in dollars.